So, Stephane, All4One here in Dubai is doing a great job. Today is a semi-final day. What's your feeling?
We are very proud that we can reach the semi-final for the second time after La Maddalena. For us it was a tough season, but it's good to see that All4One, which is a new team, we have a small budget and we are very happy when we can do this kind of result. Also, I think this Louis Vuitton trophy was very tough, and we saw until the end, until the last day, we couldn't know who would go in the semi-final. So all the teams were very close. And so for us, it's really an achievement to be there amongst the top 4 of the sailing teams.
You are working the Louis Vuitton trophy for something bigger, I think. You are thinking about the America's Cup?
Yes, the concept of All4One was to build a new team with a French-German, I would say, roots. But the goal is to have a very European team. And the goal was to be ready when the Cup would start again and to have a team really in place. So we didn't want to wait for all the information of the Cup. We think it's very important that you can create a group much earlier than the beginning of the Cup, and see if this group is able to win some races. So that's what we proved this year. And the goal is naturally to participate to the next America's Cup, and it's on its way. Yes, it's good.
In 2007, Alinghi chose Valencia 3 years and a half before the start of the event, and now there is something different. We have less time between the choice of the venue, maybe San Francisco, and the start of the event. Do you think that this is a problem to the fundraising?
Yes, it's true. It's not easy because for sure the sponsors, they are waiting for you to propose them known and established things. But it's a little bit like this every time you do the America's Cup, and that's why All4One started earlier. So we were very lucky to sail the Louis Vuitton trophy, which could show the team is able to win races. That's what we wanted to do. Against the future challengers. So we have already here the taste of the America's Cup. We also sailed the Audi Med Cup with Audi as our sponsor. We had Geodis on the Louis Vuitton trophy. So we were able to start convincing sponsors to follow the concept and the birth of this new team. And now I would say we have a lot of interest from brands who say, okay, we like the way you work, we like your style, and this is also the All4One style, and we want to see if we can do the Cup. Come back to us when you have more information. But now we are going in the most certain thing, and we know that from next year there will be a big circuit every year, and I think that's very important for the sponsors.
Do you like the multi-hull ideas, or you prefer the monohull?
No, I think one day the America's Cup would have gone for the multi-hull, so now it's there. I think it's a big change for everything. It will be spectacular, especially with the wing sails. As I said, I think what is important in what we see today is that it's a new era for the Cup, new boats, new concept of World Championship every year, and I think this is probably the most important news for the Cup, is that now every year the teams will sail a World Championship. Like, you know, in the NBA or the French League or the Champions League. These are events that are really attracting the TVs and the medias to talk about our sport. So for me, that's the biggest news for the Cup, and I think it's a very good news.
Yesterday, during a press conference, Richard Ward says that with the 20 million euro you can do the America's Cup. Do you think that is true, or you need much money?
Well, I think it's you need about 30 million euros to make a one-boat campaign, which can be reasonably successful. Below that, I think it's quite tough. But anyway, the problem is not that, is that what is important is how much value you can give to your sponsors. And I think with this new system, also much more visibility on the boats, because the wing sail will offer huge visibility, and the multi-hull as well. So I think it will be completely different. And I think the value you will get for the money will be much higher next time. For sure, we need to have more teams. We need to have a venue, the final venue known. But I tell you, the fact that this World Championship will be every year will be fantastic. And the only thing I know is that this is what sailing needed to go for the high level, how do you call that? Great big public audience, and that's what we have to achieve for the Cup.
You work really hard to have in Nice. You was the partner of Louis Vuitton to have the Louis Vuitton trophy in Nice. Are you in touch with some French city that want to organize something for the next year circuit regarding America's Cup AC45 circuit?
No, we are not really involved in that because it's true that now there is a big organization which is ACRM and ACAA. So they are both have more control about the story. So I am not directly involved in the venue selection for next year.
Do you hear something about some French venue? Because in Italy they talk about Cagliari or about Venice. El Mundo talk about Palma for 3 events in 3 years.
Well, you know, I don't really know what is going on. The cities you quoted have for sure been some rumors around, but I don't know much more than what you know already, to be honest. I know that they want to go to big markets in Europe next year, which is Italy, France and Spain, for example. It's also difficult because you have to find a nice place, but it also has a place with wind. So I think I'm sure that plenty of cities are interested. So anyway, in France, there are, especially in the Mediterranean Sea, there are enough cities who could host the event.
Do you think that the born of the AC45 class was necessary, or maybe you have to play immediately on the AC72?
Yeah, but the problem of the AC72 is that we could not build them earlier than 2012, and you needed. And I agree that you have to have a circuit next year. If not, it's very difficult to explain where you want to go for the cup. So I think it was a good move. On top of that, I think that's the basis of the AC45 of the Youth America's Cup, excuse me, that would be a great thing because that's what the sport needs. You need to talk about the current and talents, but you need the future as well, and that's what the public wants. They want to see the rookies, the guys who are fighting for the future seat at the helm. So I think it's quite interesting. And the big problem is you cannot sail every day with an AC72. So an AC45 enables you to bring a second team or bring a youth team. So there are lots of things you can do around. So for next year, it's not ideal, but I think it's a good way to show what the show will be for the year after.
Let's talk about TP52 season. You went in the TP52 season with good results. What's about the next year?
So next year, the TP52 this year, we started very late, and we did 3 podiums out of 5 events. So we are quite happy and satisfied because it was a very last-minute project. So we want next year to be there, but with a real chance to win. And we have launched the building of a new boat, so that will be delivered, we hope, in April, and be able next year to compete for the first place.
And the designer is?
The designer will be a Judel Vrolik design. I think there are about 5 new boats next year, so it will be. We choose that circuit because we think it's the highest level you can find short term. So it will be for 3 years as well. It's a big project for us because it will give the opportunity for the team to sail at the highest level. And the fact that there are 5 new boats in the Audi Med Cup next year shows that this sailing is still very important for high-level sailing.
And the last question is if is All4One the 4th entry in the America's Cup?
No, we are not the 4th entry in the America's Cup. Unfortunately, we are now in discussion with seriously to come in the next America's Cup. So I hope we'll be able to announce it soon. So we have a real chance to be there. But right now we are waiting that the project is totally secured, and we will talk later.
Thank you very much.